So much for my 8 p.m. starting point. Sorry, I wasn't able to check in yesterday and the day before. It's been a pretty crazy couple of days. So our kids were both down with a fever, and as I mentioned to you guys, the water situation here has been nuts. It's really crazy. I cannot get over it. I know I've said this so many times, but yeah, just such a picture of this whole idea of how we live in an abundant world, and yet country with 7,100 islands surrounded by water, right? Really ridiculous. What's up, Francis Powell? What's going on? What's up? What's up, guys? Kumusta? Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. If you guys have not checked out Matt's latest stream, I highly recommend that you do. Just powerful, powerful stuff over there. So Crypto Heartbeat, Rags was on there as well. Good evening, Rans. What's up? Kumusta? I forgot. I need to do this. That's right. Brother Francis Powell. What is up? Sir Rans, kumusta? Cool, guys. Like and share. Spread the word. Let's get more people onto the chat, or onto the stream rather, and onto the chat. So as I was saying, yeah, my gosh, 7 days without water, absolutely nuts. So, hi Jaya, musta? Kahit kuya na lang. Kumusta, kumusta? So yeah, crazy stuff going on right now, right? With Silicon Valley. Well, better that you check out check out Matt and Rags on that, because they did a really powerful stream on what's to come and why we have every reason to be excited. I mean, the Lord has really, His guidance, His insight, His wisdom, for all of those who are into trustless yield, into true DeFi. We are truly ahead of the curve, and as you guys know, I will always attribute that to to the Lord. I mean, for myself, just by His grace, and all of those who have the opportunity to learn about this through what Matt and Rags and what we are talking about through Ophir. Hey Gigi, musta? I mean, this is a big deal, guys. This is a big deal, and it's something that many people have been talking about for ages. I mean, this current system that we're in, it's it's broken. This financial system, this is not going to. It's not sustainable. Many people have been screaming their heads off about this, trying to warn us, and we're fortunate enough to actually be in a position where this, as horrible as it sounds, but it benefits those projects out there, those cryptocurrencies out there that are real cryptocurrencies, that are really decentralized, that are not controlled, that are um, essentially going back to what Bitcoin was designed to be in the first place. Hey guys, what is up? Hey. Hi, Kimon Rain. Pasensya na if I'm butchering your name. Hello. Ako yung nanood last live niyo, kasama mo si Pastor. Oh, salamat po for jumping in. Yeah, maraming salamat kay Jet, kay Bro Jet, because a lot of his followers have been checking in on these streams. So salamat Jet, Bro Jet, for spreading the word, and for being such a staunch supporter of Ophir, and for getting it, and just for serving. I mean, that guy does have a heart of gold, man, and he's just the amount of support that he's given to the community has really been amazing. So salamat, Bro Jet, and to all of those in here and who have been checking out these streams and who have joined the Ophir community from Jet's community. Yeah, huge shout out to you guys, and much thanks for joining in. What's up, JC? Hello, hello. Oh, Joyce. Sorry, reading wrong. Hi, hi, Joyce. Hey, bro, Ellie. Kumusta? Kumusta? What's up? And congrats once again sa lahat na nangyayari sa inyo with handpicked. Ophir crypto lang sa kalam. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Sorry. Anong sakalam? Pasensya na. Medyo, lumalalim naman yung Tagalog ko eh. Over the last few days lang, the few times that I've streamed, parang nararamdaman ko na. Parang humuhusay talaga lumalalim. Malakas. Ayun, ito pala. Malakas ang sakalam. Okay. Awesome, bro. Going very well, Francis. Going very well. It's we have a gargantuan task ahead of us. As I've shared with most people, as I've said, we're the challenge here really is that we're mainly bringing about adoption for no coiners, for people who aren't familiar with crypto, right? And these are literally thousands of churches that have opened their doors to us, and so it's going to be a massive logistical feat to onboard these guys, to teach them how to use crypto, to allocate these tokens to them, and to educate them. I mean, the vision that we have is really, it goes um, beyond simply handing them over tokens. It's really teaching them about true the important principles about crypto. Really, some of the things that I learned from the hexagons, from Richard Hart mainly, about having long time frames, having not your keys, not your coins. Like, and it's so exciting that these guys are going to be coming in to the crypto space, the crypto world, right? Um, with the right knowledge, armed with the right knowledge. And so yeah, the big dream, the big vision is really to open the doors towards educating these guys, empowering them, and not just in crypto either. I mean, we're in talks with educators. I mean, I mean, I've said this also many times in the past, right? The technology that's out there right now. This is something that we've spoken about among the team. I was just talking to TJ about this. One of the movers and shakers in our community, one of the leaders in our team. I mean, we're very passionate about technology in general, and it was my research into exponential technologies that led me to learn about blockchain. And what is so amazing is that we live in a unique time right now where you have all of these exponential technologies that are advancing, right, at such a rapid rate, but they're also converging. Um, they're also beginning to synergize with each other, right, and overlap with each other, which then moves things forward at an even more dramatic pace. And so many of these technologies, which would not have been accessible to the normal person on the street 10 years ago, 5 years ago, now are at the fingertips of anyone who understands that they can actually access these things. I mean, look at Chat GPT. Anyone with a mobile phone can and internet can access Chat GPT, and I mean, the possibilities are endless just through that one platform. And so, to be able to give these churches and these communities in remote areas access, education, help them to understand what is out there at their fingertips, right? And to enable them to be at the forefront. And obviously, our heart um, is specifically or mainly for churches, but then impacting churches impacts communities. And so, that's in large part, that's where these donations are going to go. These donations are going to GemEffect, our main partner. So once again, everyone listening in, to those who are new to Ophir crypto. So Ophir cryptocurrency is, it's a decentralized cryptocurrency that that we're about to launch. So far, there are two phases to the launch of this cryptocurrency. It's not actually out on the blockchain yet. First, we have this donation phase, where this is in partnership with GemEffect, or General Mariano Alvarez Fellowship of Evangelical Churches, and we're going through a fundraising initiative. So we are taking donations, cryptocurrency donations, in Ethereum, in USDT, in USDC, in Texan, Hex, and SLP. And there is a wallet address that anyone who would like to donate can send their donations to. So actually, let me show you guys very quickly how to find it. So these donations will go to GemEffect for their usual activities of servicing their communities through feeding programs, through church building programs, etc. But also to build the infrastructure to be able to allocate these tokens to thousands upon thousands of churches, right? So in addition to this, to the cryptocurrency that is donated, we are going to set aside a, a very large portion of circulating supply to be given out to thousands of churches that GemEffect has relationships with. So they have relationships with massive organizations. One of the closest, and one of the ones that we've been working with already, is Cavite for Jesus movement, and they like on their own, that group of churches has, or that organization has over 3,000 churches, right? And that's just one organization that we're working with. And so we have the donation phase, where these donations, they go to General Mariano Alvarez Fellowship of Evangelical Churches, and the donors will receive donation premiums, or basically like tokens, or a thank you gift with a thank you gift of Ophir tokens with zero value, zero market value, at least at the time that they're going to be given to the donors, and they will receive 10,000 Ophir tokens for every $1 worth that they donate. And that donation phase is going to last for 90 days, right? We pushed it back now. It's going to be a 90-day donation phase. And so after that, what happens is the Ophir token, or cryptocurrency, is launched on the blockchain, and that's when uh, that's when we're going to be working towards allocating these tokens, literally, yeah, to thousands of churches. You can imagine how big a feat that is. So that's really what we're working on right now, making sure that we have the machinery to be able to do that. And so if anyone of you out there also has a heart for this kind of thing, if this resonates with you, if you're and also if you'd like to be a beneficiary church, just reach out to us, right? But yeah, we definitely need help. This is, we need a massive team for this, and this is going to be not just around the Philippines, primarily around the Philippines, but really we're looking to have beneficiaries around the whole world. We already have some inroads in some other countries as well. So what's up, you guys? Hello, hello. Right, just clearing out the chat. Wow, sir, maalam po pala kayo. Oo, medyo barok ng konti, pero kaya naman po. Yes, yes. What's up, guys? Let's go through these really quickly. There, Brother Jet is saying hi to Kimondri, Kimondrain. Tama ba? Sana po na-pronounce ko pa yan ng tama. Cool. Jet saying hi to Ellie. Hello, Ma'am Evelyn. Kumusta po? Oh, what's this? Oh, I can't click on this comment. That's weird. What's up, kids? Kumusta? What's up, sister? Hey, bro, Jerome. Kumusta? One of our ambassadors. If you guys aren't following this guy, follow him already. So, yeah, amazing work that he does going around to various communities, helping people out of his own accord. You know, these are the kinds of people that we really um, want this abundance to spill out to, right? People who do have hearts to serve and to be generous with others, and that's the mission that we've said, you know, over and over again. That that's what we stand for: to unlock abundance, to fuel generosity. So we don't want this abundance to land in the hands of a few and for them to keep it. The whole point is to spread the wealth, and that's the whole point that Bitcoin was created in the first place. Why blockchain was created, to remove these centralized entities and to give people control over their own economic energy. In fact, so that's, yeah, since there are quite a few people here now, that's the reason that this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. So uh, let me just share an image with you guys. Amen, Eljan. What's up? What's up? Thanks, Rich Liberation. Amen to that, brother. Are you going to build a class in the Philippine language? Yes, we are in the process of doing that. Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, that's one of the things that really we have hard to do, because there's so many resources out there that are in English, and we want to customize this for the person on, you know, the man on the street here in the Philippines. So definitely we're going to have stuff out in Filipino, and that's being worked on as we speak. In fact, we're already if you guys have come across Rag's course, crypto classroom, my crypto classroom, yeah. So if you haven't checked that out yet, check it out. Um, awesome educational content there that Rags to Riches has created. One of the best teachers out there, man. Really, one of the best guys to learn from. And so, mycryptoclassroom.com, and we're already. I think we've already translated it, so it's just a matter of getting it up on video. But yes, this is definitely something that we're working on. Thanks, Rich Liberation. Love the name, Rich Liberation. Amen to that. I believe it is too, man. Very, very much so. What's up, brother Ari Z? Saw you on stream, dude. You're you're a regular now on Jet's channel. Awesome, man. Love what you guys were talking about. Yeah, lots of alpha there about the banking industry. Ari was a former mortgage banker, guys. So yeah, he's been on. I think he's gonna be on Jet's stream quite a lot nowadays. Thank you, Sister Evelyn. What's up, bro? Thank you for sharing. Okay, so let me just share this with you guys. Hold on a sec. I think this is the right one. Yeah. Okay, guys. Actually seeing this has made, you know, when I first saw this, like, you know, things didn't really click until I saw this, like, until I got a graphic image of this, right? Until I saw something that really, really expresses it visually. Like, look at this. This is insane. Can you imagine? So this is how much a dollar was worth, right? This is how much a dollar has reduced in value over the last 100 years. So something that you could buy for $1 back in the 1900s, in 1900, today would be worth $26. So there's another chart out there that shows it's about a 93% reduction in value over the course of the last 120 years, right? This is what's happening. And most people think that this is just normal. It's just the way things are supposed to be. What they don't realize is that there's a small group of people that benefits from this. And so, well, here's another picture. So if this is how much a dollar has fallen in value over 100 years, then you look at the value of a peso against the dollar, over the last 50 years. I mean, how much is the peso reducing in value then, right? The dollar is reducing in value by uh, drastically, and the peso against the dollar is reducing in value drastically. Um, so, and one thing that when I started looking into this, right? I mean, it's something that, like I said, most people take for granted, but I came across this concept, which I want to share with you guys today. It's called the Cantillon effect, and you guys should look this up. So there was a guy named Richard Cantillon from, I think it was the 1800s, who put this out there. And so we know why this happens, right? It's essentially printing of money, right? And we know that as of 1970, the dollar was untethered from gold. But even before that, during the Federal Reserve Act, and I mean, there's all kinds of context to this that shows how really there is um, systemic manipulation that's going on here. But the Cantillon effect, it's really interesting. So I came across it, and it basically explains how the printing of money, right, by the Federal Reserve, um, that okay, yeah, so it causes inflation, but there are people who benefit from it, and it's the people who are closest to the printing of money. So let me show you this graphic I came across. Look at this. New money flowing through the system. Federal Reserve prints money. Who does it go to first? Right? Because inflation doesn't happen instantly. Prices don't go up instantly. Those who receive the money first, they benefit from it because they receive all of that money. Prices haven't gone up yet. Right? So who are the people who end up affected and negatively affected by this? Who end up with the short end of the stick? It's the man on the street. So as you can see here, Federal Reserve prints truckloads of money. Who gets these first? The banks, investment firms, large corporations, and who are the people who end up? I mean, there's a lot to say about whether or not this is fairly distributed, even from that vantage point, as far as who are the corporations and the firms that actually, essentially, it's those who are close to in the inner clique, right? Um, but here you see, right? Who are the last people to end up with this with the money? Local businesses, laborers, employees. And so by the time it gets to them, right, the money's worth much less. And so I thought this was really interesting because um, it just makes sense out of you know something's up, but when it's broken down in that way, and when you know that there's um, when you know that when it's laid out visually like that, it just helps you to understand what's really going on, because yeah, you hear over and over again they're just printing and printing money, blah 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 blah, right? It's not sustainable. But when you see visually, first of all, how much the dollar has, it's one thing to say whatever 90 something percent, but when you see that chart, right? Or there's someone else who shared something about, and Rags was talking about this as well, like how many candy bars you could buy back in the day. It was um in the 1900s, or I saw another video about like cans of soup, right? And that puts it into context. It was like whatever 30 cans of soup or something like that with $1, whereas now not even, you can't even buy one. Right? So this is the world we live in, and um, this is the reason that Bitcoin was created. This is the reason that blockchain was created. Bitcoin having a limited, a fixed supply, right? 21 billion, 21 million Bitcoin rather. There's never going to be any more Bitcoin than that. Although I know that there have been inflation bugs and whatever else. We don't have to get into that. But the point is that it was created to have a fixed supply, and it's decentralized, censorship resistant. So decentralized meaning it's not one central organization that makes the decision whether or not the transaction is valid, right? You're not dependent on one organization. You have nodes of the network. Every single node has the full ledger, because what is Bitcoin ultimately? It's a distributed ledger, right, with all of the transactions that go on, and every single node, right, or these miners, right, they have the entire transaction record. So if and there needs to be consensus, right? So you're not dependent on just one uh, entity that can basically decide, right, whether or not you're going to be able to make a transaction or not, right? So that's what they mean when they say censorship resistant. So censorship resistant meaning you can't be censored, you can't be stopped from making a transaction. You have control over your own assets, over your own tokens, over your own coins. Magandang gabi po, Sister Paz, Pastora Paz. What's up? What's up? Nagkwentuhan na sila ni Jeto. Yes po. Hello po, sir. Nag-watch din ako kanina. Oh, awesome, awesome. Let's go from Brother Joshua. Oy, kumusta, Sir Nico? What's up? What's up, guys? Hey, Troy, what's up, man? Wow. Kumusta, bro? Blast from the past. Uh, Thanks, guys. Thanks for sharing. Cool, cool. Just catching up with these comments here. Yeah, so as I was saying, that was the reason that Bitcoin was created. In fact, if you embed it into the code of Bitcoin, into the code, you actually find bank bailouts there. You find the headlines of bank bailouts, right? So these banks who've taken advantage and exploited people. What happens when they're just bailed out by the government? And so the issue of our currency being debased, continuously reducing in value, that was precisely what one of the things that Bitcoin was created to address, and to give people control over their money. And what happened over the course of the evolution of crypto? First you had Bitcoin, then you had Ethereum with smart contracts, and then you had all kinds of evolution that occurred. And what happened was that things started veering towards centralization again. All right, that's why you hear over and over again these the phrase from our community, right, from the Texan community, from the Hexagon community: not your keys, not your crypto, not your keys, not your coins. So if you have your coins or your tokens in, let's say, a centralized exchange, or if you are staking in the traditional way, where you give over custodianship of your your tokens or your coins, then you don't really have control. And so, these exchanges, they serve their purpose, but something that we really espouse is, for you to keep most of your assets in a non-custodial wallet, like MetaMask, Trust Wallet as well, wherein you actually have the seed phrase, you actually control your your coins, your tokens. Uh, a heart, Armica with a heart. What's up? Thanks for jumping in. Thanks, Pastora Paz. What's up, academiciated? Academiciated. I'll get that sooner or later. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for jumping in. Academiciated. Academiciated. Let me say it 10 times so next time it'll just roll off my tongue nicely. What's up, Evelyn? Oh no. What's up, brother? Hexcited. Holding fiat, you're losing the value of it through inflation by the minute. Exactly. So much better to lock up your available funds for a 5% annual base interest. That's right. So Ophir, that's how the smart contract works, right? If you lock up your Ophir, if you stake your Ophir, then you will have a 5% base rate, interest rate, right? Which will go up if you stake it for 22 years. It can go up all the way to 236%, I think. Basically averages out to about 86 or 87% annually if you stake for that amount of time. But this is in the same token, right? This is in Ophir. So you will get more Ophir if you lock up your tokens. And the beauty of this, guys, is that there's no counterparty risk. This is real decentralized finance, in that interest is not generated by a third party trading with your coins or your tokens or your assets, right? This is generated by the smart contract. So you're dealing directly with the blockchain when you stake your coins, and that's very important to point out. That's what sets Ophir apart. That's what sets Texan apart, really. And the fact that you can actually withdraw, right? You can scrape or withdraw your rewards, whereas traditionally, when you stake a crypto and you lock it up for a certain amount of time, you can't touch it. You can't touch any of it, whether the principal or the rewards or the interest, right? Whereas with Ophir, you can actually scrape. All that happens whenever you scrape your rewards is that interest rate, which goes up exponentially over time, it will just go back down to the base rate of 5%. Actually, let me show you guys really quick what that looks like. Let me share this with you guys just so you see what the yield curve looks like. Yeah, thanks for bringing this up, Hexcited. Hold on. But yeah, we will definitely have some streams where we go into this in more detail. So once again, guys, check out the official website, ophircrypto.com. Make sure to like and subscribe to all of our channels. Our Facebook is also Ophir Crypto. Instagram is also Ophir Crypto. And check out my channels as well. So on YouTube, we mainly stream through the community. So far has been streaming through my channel, which is Firestarter88. But you're going to see a lot more streamers as well, and we're going to have many others from the community on these streams as well. So so this is the Ophir Crypto website. If we click on white paper here, you will see the yield curve down here, and this is what it looks like, guys. There you go. See, so if you stake your Ophir tokens for the entire 22 years, then as you can see, every year the rewards rate or the interest rate will go up to the point that it goes up to 230%, 36%. by the last year, right? And that averages out, like I said, to 87%. I think it might be 85.5 or somewhere thereabouts annually. But what happens is, if you, let's just say you were to stake for 9 years, right? So you benefit from this interest rate all the way up to the ninth year, where on the ninth year you're already getting 41% in rewards, in Ophir token rewards. Then if you decide to withdraw your interest, then that just goes back to 5%, and you start over from year 9 at 5%, right? So you start from 5%, and it goes through the same yield curve from there. So that's how the smart contract works, and how the what the yield curve looks like. Um, yeah, what else should we go through from here? Since I was talking about decentralization, let's just run down this section of the website. Over here, by the way, you see the church beneficiaries that have signed up so far. So yeah, mostly in the Cavite area. So that's really where we've started. Um, and then here, key security and decentralized features. So what sets? Wait, you guys can see what I'm? You guys see the website, right? Okay, yeah, I just checked back on Restream. Excellent. Still kind of new to this stuff, so wanted to make sure I wasn't pulling a rookie maneuver there. So, key security and decentralized features. And these are the features that really set this crypto apart, that really set Texan apart, right? From, I mean, the vast majority of cryptocurrencies are not like this. So, immutable code, right? It's a completely finished contract upon release. So, finished product, meaning nobody can tamper with the code. There are no admin keys. So think of it this way, right? If you were to give your money to the bank, and they gave you a whatever contract with small with fine print that said, we can change your balance at any time we please. That's essentially what it means to have admin keys for a project. More specifically, what they call God mode admin keys, where they can literally change your balance. They can do whatever they want to with the code. And so this ensures, right, that once Ophir is out on the blockchain, you can rest assured, right, that nothing is going to be changed. That interest rate is actually, that yield curve is permanent. You're not going to find out all of a sudden that, oh, from however much percent that we said originally, we've just decided to change things, right? Which is the problem with the vast majority of cryptos out there. This open-ended code, they market it as like software, and I'm not saying that, at the end of the day, it depends on how much you trust the developers and the team, and there are obviously legit projects out there, that have admin keys. But the point is that you're you're trusting a third party. I mean, they can, at one point in time, just for whatever reason, make a decision to change things, and you end up with a short end of the stick, right? And so yeah, so it's immutable, interest scraping, as I've said, the very first endowment smart contract on the blockchain. So awesome innovation there that Matt and his team um, have uh, um, have come up with, and have invented, really, because it's the very first very first out there. So really, really trailblazing and groundbreaking. Trustless yield. So trustless yield, all that means is that so the word trustless is used in cryptocurrency quite a lot. It was used for Bitcoin. And the reason they say trustless, I'm not such a huge fan of the word, but it just means that you don't have to trust anyone, because you're dealing with code ultimately, right? And code is not going to deceive you. right? It's not going to change its mind. Um, and it's not, yeah, so you're not dealing with management or certain people who make these decisions. The yield that is being generated is not being generated by people who are trading with your funds, like, it's not dependent on anything. It's programmed, not dependent on people. It's programmed into the smart contract. So that is what trustless yield is, and it's extremely rare in the cryptocurrency world. So you earn interest yields with no counterparty risk. And I'd like to mention, for those who are familiar with securities law, and people talk about the Howey test, right? And how the Howey, one of the legs of the Howey test is that um, profits are generated by a third party, right? Well, there is no third party here generating profits. It's the smart contract that is generating yield, that it's designed, that it's coded, that it's programmed to do, right? So actually, that yield, it can be guaranteed in a sense. I mean, we can say that the smart contract is going to run as it was designed, and there is going to be that 5% base rate that's not dependent on people and on how well they market or whatever, right? Next point is, it's the deflationary. So we have a max, a fixed supply. So just in the same way that Bitcoin has 21 million um, Bitcoins, there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins. Although, yeah, we can get into that again, inflation bugs and whatever else. But the point is, that's how it was designed. And similar with Ophir, there's 100 trillion tokens. There's never going to be any more than 100 trillion. And 96 trillion of that is locked into the smart contract. So here's something else that's pretty interesting, and is quite is another innovation. You don't have an origin address with Ophir. So that 96 trillion, right, is not locked away in some wallet that can be hacked eventually. It's actually um, it's actually kept track of through a variable function in the smart contract. Okay, so yeah, so what that means, it's an added security feature. You don't have like this gold mine out there that could potentially be hacked. Um, and so, but I was so it's deflationary. So the way that it's deflationary is, so that 96 trillion can only be accessed by circulating supply being staked, right? So whenever you stake, the rewards that you get are drawn out from that 96 trillion. Now, how is it deflationary? When people stake, so if somebody stakes for a maximum of 22 years, if they can withdraw their yield or their rewards without penalty, right? As I described earlier on, where the rewards curve or the yield curve or interest rate will go back down to the base rate of 5%. So you can withdraw, but you cannot pull out your principal sooner than you've set. Okay. And you can set it for any time that you want. Of course, we highly recommend that people stake for the entire 22 years, right? And you can come up with staking ladders and all kinds of strategies, which we will eventually be talking about. But if you pull out your principal or early end stake or emergency end stake before the allotted time, then you will be penalized. So if you pull out and you haven't served at least 50% of the the amount of time that you set, then 50% of your principal will be burnt out of supply, like completely out of supply, which obviously will positively impact price, right? Because you deflate the number of tokens in existence. You have less, and so price goes up. So it's deflationary in that sense. And security audited by Certic, which is the top crypto auditing firm out there. Just so you guys know, by the way, let me point this out, because there were some people who did point this out in the chat. Currently, like if you click on uh, the audit here, so if you go to token, you go to audit. Right now, what you'll see is the Texan smart contract audit. see here. Financial and security audit, view audit by Certic. Yeah, so this hasn't been updated yet because we're still finalizing the Ophir audit, which will definitely be out before the Ophir token launches, which will be in about 90 days or so. Cool. All right, guys, checking in on the chat again. How do I unshare this? And there you have it. Cool. Let's see. Who else have I not said hi to? Surge Pay, bro. Okay, I'll have to look into that then. Yeah, sorry, Troy. I haven't read your messages, so I know you sent a bunch. It's just been crazy the last few days, and I don't know if you caught this, but we haven't had water. My kids both had fever. It's just been insane, which is why I wasn't able to stream like yesterday and the day before. I'm trying to stream almost every day, guys. Like, yeah, and this is great. Um, yeah, I'm loving it. I'm just loving engaging with the community, and there's really so much. There's so much to share. There's a lot of news, a lot of things in the pipeline as well. That yeah, I'm just very very excited about what is to come, guys. And so please continue to pray for us. This is a gargantuan feat that we have in front of us, but we are so blessed. There are so many things that have aligned, so many things that have fallen into place in such amazing ways. And the community that we have behind us, Matt, Rags, the guys from Texan, a lot of Hexicans and Pulsicans, but these churches, guys. I mean, the reception uh, that we've gotten, and just how they get it, and it really nakakataba talaga ng puso. When you actually go out and meet these guys, many of these guys, which is what we've been doing, right? That's in large part that's what we've been busy with, just going out, meeting these churches, meeting these organizations, sharing about this, and understanding what their needs are. And it's just such a blessing seeing the faith that they have, and the example, really, that they the examples that they are of generosity, and of and that's why we're so passionate about getting this abundance to these types of people who have selflessly been serving for years, some for decades, um, laying down their lives, quitting good jobs, working abroad to be able to serve uh, poor communities, and um, without the vast majority of them independent, without any support from any organizations. uh, yeah, it just excites me to no end, thinking about what's about to come, and the blessing that is going to be channeled towards these guys, which will inevitably bless their communities as well. Hi, good. Speaking of these pastors, these selfless pastors. Hi, Pastora Zeni. GMA Cavita is watching, especially those members of mine who are interested to know about this Ophir. Oh, amen. And yes, we do need your prayers, guys, big time. So the more that you can cover us, the team, these churches, in prayer, I mean, that's ultimately where it's at, right? I mean, that will move the needle more than anything else. I firmly believe. I mean, yes, we need to give our all. We need to strategize, and we need to grind it, which which we're doing. Believe me, which the team is doing. Um, but prayer will move mountains, guys. So please do pray for us. And if you're aware of what's happening around the world right now, I mean, this couldn't have happened um, at the more at a more perfect time. All that's come about, the story of how fear came about, when it's come about, given what's about to happen as well with yeah, there's just a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world now, guys. Will do, brother, for sure. Where else can a guy do that well except in crypto? Certainly not any bank. Yeah, absolutely. And the point is, you know what? This technology, this is something that I've been reflecting on, guys. So this technology, right? Whether or not market value, um, whether or not this turns out to whatever skyrocket like Bitcoin or whatever. Obviously, we're optimistic, right? Um, but at the end of the day, if the technology works the way that it's meant to work, this opens so many doors. Because at the end of the day, just like Matt Crypto Heartbeat always says, what is the value of anything? It's determined by consensus, by faith, by decree. What is fiat? Like fiat, the Latin term fiat literally means by decree. So the dollar, the peso, whatever else, it has value because it's decreed, because people believe it does. And so this technology working for Ophir, imagine thousands upon thousands of churches. If you get this in the hands of hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people potentially, it's up to them to determine what value it has. At the end of the day, if you say that a coffee costs two Ophir, right, and there's consensus among this group, a coffee costs two Ophir. People will buy and sell, people will trade, people will barter at at that value, right? And we have an anthropologist on our team. His name's Rodrigo Ferrari Nunez, one of the smartest guys I know out there. This guy has his LinkedIn page and his academic accolades are just like you can flip through for a day, right? Um, but this is something that he's brought up, and he'll be on here at some time soon to explain some of these things to you and his views. And he's also one of the guys who's done a lot of research on Ophir, because when I started looking into Ophir possibly being the Philippines, right? For those of you who are new, the reason we called this cryptocurrency Ophir is because Ophir was a land in the Bible. Like, it's an ancient land that's mentioned in numerous ancient texts, known for having the best gold in the ancient world. Solomon even uh, got gold from Ophir to build the temple of the Lord. And there are many researchers who believe that the Philippines is Ophir. And so I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't spent that much time, like, looking into it. So I had Rod research it, and he looked into it, and he was saying that, yeah, there's a case to be made, right? There is a case to be made. So is Ophir definitely the Philippines? I don't know for sure, but it does seem like there are legit academics out there who make that case. Panther Cat, one of our Ophir ambassadors. If you are not already following Panther Cat, please do on Instagram. Panther Cat has over 30,000 followers on Instagram, guys. He will be one of our star Ophir ambassadors very, very soon. So that's right. Yield curve is amazing. A great way to build wealth. Amen to that, brother. Jet says we can see it. Awesome. Yeah, that's my prayer is that more and more people see it, guys. Decentralized finance is the way forward. And if you catch Matt's stream, right, Matt and he had Rags to Riches or Brandon on there as well, and they talk about it, how um, all that's happening right now in the financial space. I mean, with Silicon Valley uh, imploding recently, you had Silvergate as well fairly recently. Um, you know, this is just going to strengthen the case for DeFi more and more. for real decentralized, trustless yield generating cryptocurrencies that are immutable, that are not controlled by central entities who can basically change the rules just the way the Federal Reserve does, just the way the central banks do. I mean, it's totally up to them. How much money to print, what interest rates, all these things are in their control, right? Oh, did I say hi to? Yeah, hi, Sister Maricar. Kumusta po? What's up, guys? Bro, John, I might have an episode with Hex. No way! Oh, awesome! Go for it, man. That guy is a legend. Yeah, guys, check out Hexray Vision if you haven't already. Man, one of the best guys to follow out there to learn from. That's right, guys. Check out GemFX official website. That's right, the official partner for Ophir. And massive, shout out to Chairman Roy, Pastor Roy, for really, catching the vision um, and for just serving selflessly. I mean, he is the epitome, really, guys. One of the people that really inspired this entire initiative. Seeing his example of how he has selflessly served the churches in their group, their communities. I've shared this story before through the pandemic, the way that he was going out there providing early treatment, helping the elderly. He and a number of the pastors from GemFX, and that's what moved me really to, just seeing their selflessness and seeing also the conditions that many of these churches were in. That's what inspired this. And by God's grace, that trust was established well before there was any talk of a cryptocurrency. Check out the progress of the Texan token too. If Ophir mirror that, it will be very cool. Yeah, guys, actually, if you if you check out the Texan token chart, because the Texan token, so it uses the same smart contract as Ophir, and it's already been launched. So you can see how the chart of Texan is doing, and my gosh, it's doing well, guys. It is a powerhouse. So we have every reason to believe that Ophir is going to follow suit, right? Especially mga Pinoy pa, 'di ba? I mean, that's something that has really excited me as well, because Pinoys are known for making things go viral. So kailangan namin ng tulong ninyo, spread the word. We're going to be the community is going to be out there streaming like this. We're going to have more streamers. See, Brother Jet has already been streaming on a regular basis. We have a number of others in the pipeline. We have a number of things up our, the community has a number of things up their sleeve. We're very, very excited. We believe that word is going to spread like fire, like wildfire. So yeah, do help us spread the word, and take time to learn. It will be so worth your time. I know that initially it might seem a bit overwhelming. Like for me, when I first got into crypto, it was definitely, um, it was pretty scary. It seemed, information overload seemed like drinking out of five fire hoses at the same time. Uh, but this community is very fortunate because I had to start from scratch, right? I didn't know who to follow, who to trust. I was just out there googling, and right, but we are very blessed. We're very fortunate to have the guys from Texan, guys from from Pulse, from Hex, people who have been doing this for much longer and who really know their stuff. I mean, these guys are some of the most educated people in all of crypto. And so that excites me to no end as well, that all of these no coiners, they're going to be learning from the best. They They really are. And so that's very exciting, and you'll have the community there to help you along your journey. We're at your service. We're going to be constantly putting out educational material for the beneficiary churches, especially. There's really there's really going to be a lot. Um, really going to be a lot out there, and we're going to make ourselves, we're going to make ourselves available, and we will be at your service. So, um, what's up, brother Marcos? Okay, guys, we just hit the 1 hour mark. So I am going to sign off now. Let's see how this comes out. Boom. Yeah. So these are all of our, that's right, all of our socials. So follow, spread the word. Guys, we do need your help spreading the word. It's an exciting time to, to be getting into to DeFi. I think it's the perfect time right now. So by God's grace, really, it's and like I said, I know it might seem a little bit overwhelming, or it may seem, you know, but we're gonna work very hard to simplify things as much as possible, to get things down to, to the bare minimum, so that you can you can just jump in there and really leverage this, right? And not even just Ophir. Like I said, I mean, our hope is that we will be able to empower um, holders of Ophir um, in many ways, particularly by offering them access to disruptive education on exponential technology. On I'll just share something. One final thought before I jump off. As we're visiting many of these churches, many of the conversations that I've had, you get a sense of what most Filipinos are thinking, right? Their mindset. And one thing that I feel very strongly about, and I hope that this mindset changes as well among Filipinos. There's still a very traditional way of thinking as far as when it comes to education, because the vast majority are still thinking that it's like their primary goal to get kids into public schools, get their communities through college, and I just feel that in the same manner that the financial system is broken, the academy is also just, I mean, there are so many ways that one can achieve their goals without having to go through the conventional system. It's so far behind. It's so far behind. And that's something that we're very passionate about as a team and as a community, the movers and shakers of Ophir. If you listen to a guy named Patrick Bet David, one of my heroes, and he talks about this a lot, how the cost of going to school, of going to college, versus the value that you gain from it. I mean, especially, well, okay, he's speaking about, in the context he's uh, speaking in is the states, right? Everyone going into debt to um, to be able to go to college. And I mean, but what does the data suggest? How many people actually end up pursuing a career that's tied to the course that they took? It's like a minuscule percentage. Okay, and just to qualify that, right? If somebody really knows exactly the career path they want, and they've really thought it through, that the traditional education is really the best way to get there, then yeah, more power to you, right? But for the vast majority, that's not the case. It's not the case at all. And so, um, and everything is available right now. The best resources, the best tuition from all around the world is at people's fingertips, through the internet, through artificial intelligence. Chat GPT, my gosh, right? What you can learn if you know how to use Chat GPT, and if you know how to, um, right, the commands and uh, I mean, the possibilities are endless. And so let's continue to pray that we're able to really make a way for these throngs and throngs of people who have been disenfranchised, who have been neglected, who have been sidelined, right? To open those doors, to allow them to be at the forefront of this. People who do actually have hearts that are bent on serving others. That's really, I mean, that's the dream here, really. Unlocking that abundance, unlocking the abundance that blockchain provides, getting it in the hands of people who will steward it well by serving others, right? Who will be generous, who will not gatekeep, and who will not try to hoard. There's more than enough for there's an abundance out there. There's more than enough for everyone out there. The scripture that Matt always goes to, right? The feeding of the 5,000, the loaves and the fish, 5,000 people, right? That's not even counting women and children, without any food, listening to Jesus. And people starting to complain that there's no food. And what happens? One boy giving what he had, being generous, giving over the five loaves and two fish or whatever, right? All of a sudden, unlocking an abundance. Whether you believe that's all of these people deciding to share what they had, or God miraculously creating out of nothing, I tend to take a more conservative view um, on biblical uh, texts like that. So, anyways, whatever your viewpoint is, right? That is what will unlock abundance. That is what will unlock generosity, giving, right? And so, that's the kind of culture that we want to build here, and we want to we want to show the world that this is not a scarce world that we live in. That is a blatant lie. It is a blatant lie, both from a purely natural sense and most especially from a spiritual sense. Okay, guys. Yeah, we're well past an hour now, but thank you so much for joining in. God bless all of you. Continue to pray for us, pray for the community, as we endeavor to unlock abundance, to fuel generosity, and as we work towards blessing as many as we can through this technology and through this community. Cool, guys. I will see you guys very, very soon. God bless. FGG for God's glory. Peace out. Have a good one.